Today, it's all about the 1961 Lincoln Continental. And what I'll be doing to this today is actually replacing the water pump. And as now that you could probably see that this is not the engine that came in 1961 in this Lincoln Continental. Well, there's a few things about this car that did not come from the factory that's on it, like obviously front disc brakes. You might be able to get a view of that, and also a vinyl top. We didn't start introducing them until late 63, but definitely in 64, and also rear disc brakes, which is not actually the same rear. I got a 4-link rear suspension on it. It is an air ride, airbags, all that happy stuff. Still has the original interior. But today, like I said, it's all about replacing the water pump. And there's a few things to remove. I'm hoping that I don't have to take the electric fans out. And then the next thing I'll be doing on this Lincoln is actually changing out the booster for the brakes. That one actually leaks. I picked up another one out of a junkyard, but it did not come out of a Lincoln. It came out of a much newer, could have been a Ford Explorer, could be a Ranger, I'm not really sure. The reason why I got it was all based on the diameter from one side to the other, and to make sure that it would fit. And actually, the master cylinder is actually out of an Explorer. So, I'm going to get started. I've already drained the radiator. I didn't want to bore everybody with watching water run out or antifreeze run out. So I'm going to set you up on the stand, and hopefully you'll be able to see what's going on with it, and I'll get it done. And actually there is, in the Duralast box, the new water pump. And there is my shop cat. Right, kitty? You tell him. You're in charge. I'm going to put you on the stand, and hopefully you'll be able to hear me. I'll give some tips along the way if I can. It's pretty standard. It's not difficult. That actually is an engine out of 89, I believe, Grand Marquis. I got a real good deal on the car, the whole setup. A friend of mine found it for me, and we went and snatched it up. And I put it in along with the transmission. So let me get started and see what happens. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. Obviously the first thing I'm going to do is disconnect the alternator. I'm going to try to disconnect the alternator. The screwdriver. So what I'm probably going to do is, because there's a certain part of this alternator, the way the system is set up, it actually already comes plugged in to the point where I don't believe you can actually unplug it, and it comes with the wiring harness coming out of it. Just where you got to cut it and adapt it to the wiring harness that's in there when you go to replace the alternator. This is the original system. So I'll just actually unbolt it and put the alternator to the side. You know what, I might not even have to take the alternator out. No, I won't, which is a great thing, because then I would actually have to take the fans off and then disconnect part of the setup that I have to hold the radiator in place, and then I would actually have to push it back. Because it's going to be out of the way, basically based on what I just did, I will not have to take it out. And obviously everything on this engine is metric, so Can't use your standard tools, gotta use electric because it's coming out of China. And this is a 5.0. Actually, what's going on? That one. That one. I'm hoping I can sneak that thing out of there. Got another one in there. And it's connected to the power steering pump. Yep, really expensive. Okay. How long that one is. A whole lot of stuff to take off just to get to the water pump. Well, I'm going to go to the other side. Start removing that. Part of the AC bracket has to be disconnected. Get empty up and radiator hose. Get that out of the way so I can get the heater hoses and stuff disconnected. There's that. Well, what I'm going to do is bore the heck out of you. I'm going to stop the video, and once I get to the point where I'm going to actually remove the water pump, we'll tune you back in and continue from there. Bracket for the AC, but at least I had to do half of it in order to get this thing out of there. And boy, it's ugly. Yep, time to get the new one out of the box. And hope that it's the right one. Let's see one. Yeah, it must be coming up from here. Very nice. And here's the new pump. Looks like the right one. Ooh, nice basket. Yeah, absolutely. Water pump. It's in 3 different languages. Dang. Who would have figured? Nice. Sweet. Well, first I gotta clean up that mess in there. Doesn't look very pretty. Can't be moving off. Woo-wee. Be careful opening this bag up and you mess up the basket. I think I would just use the razor blade. Woo! Here we go. Ah, yes. Let's see. Ooh, did I get it right in the first shot? I think I did. Well, how's illusion? Alright. What I want to do is I want to clean up some of them bolts. Take a wire wheel over them. Medicine wire wheel. Because these are pretty ugly. And I'd like to be able to put it in together. Not having all this damn corrosion. Nasty. Alright, I'm back. So we got 3 of them. Nice one. 2 of them. This one. Oh yeah. Very small. So, make sure I got everything snugged up the way it should be. I'm going to over tighten them. I believe it is aluminum. I think. I'm not sure. This one don't want it to leak either. Perfect. But maybe, just maybe, as I get in further, because I'm going to have to cut it, because the one side does work really well, and actually, this is the side that actually went through the thermostat housing, and that's the side that was tore up, and that side is the side that fits well. So, I'm going to cut it and make sure I'll be alright with it. Yes, a black marker on a black hose. Actually doesn't show up too bad. It almost looks like it's hell-raising color, just like the car next to me. Yes, absolutely. Alright. Alrighty then. Yes. Yeah, trying to cut this hose with a dull razor blades. Oh, yes. We actually have their colors we need, but sometimes it doesn't do a very clean job. And not big enough. But we make the most of it. Gently. Oh yeah, cut yourself. I don't believe. Now I'm going to see if this fits any better. Yeah, I think I can make it work. Yep, make it work. Alrighty. Need the clamps. Using the clampets. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to make this side a little shorter so it fits in there better. I need a sharper razor. That's getting to be a joke. Get right back with you. I don't want to bore you with putting brackets back on there. At the end result, I'll give you a video of what it looks like back together. And actually, maybe I should just give you a show what it looks like all apart. Yep, there it is. The new water pump. Alternator and the power steering pump hanging off to the side. And fortunately, like I said, the AC compressor only had to take one part of the bracket off, which was nice. So once I have it all back together, I'll get back with you and go from there. Okay, I'm back. Just have a couple of things, maybe 3 things that I have to do, but the majority of the brackets are back on where they belong. The AC belt is in where it belongs, tightened up. You still have to tighten up the alternator belt. That runs obviously the power steering, and obviously the pump, the water. Sure. Alright, so next thing I'm going to put the upper radiator hose on, but I think before I do that, I have the coil pack assembly that has to go back on one of the races. It's actually the one for the AC. So I'm going to put that back on. Hopefully. One bolt started. I got the second bolt started. Okay. We need an 8mm. Make that, that. See, ready for the upper hose. This is the crank is undone. Just wanted to make sure it was loose enough. I don't want it to play on me. Alright, where's the tools? Alright, getting it started. I think that the best way to put this crank on is so that I can access it comfortably like this. A lot of times it does matter on what way you actually put this as to where you'll be able to get at it comfortably to be able to loosen or tighten it. You know, obviously this case tighten it. Set this down away from the grip. I took care of that. Can go back down. Alrighty. Now it is ready for the antifreeze to go back in it. And I don't want to bore you with that. Here we are. Just want to point a couple of things out. I'm all new to this YouTube filming and even to edit the video, which for me was a little bit of a challenge. I had some help from people that know more about it than I do. It's been most helpful. But because it's new, not that I'm not comfortable in speaking to a camera, but I hope that my videos get a little bit better, and I want them to become a little bit more educational, more knowledgeable, and help the people that maybe, if they're going to try to do something for the first time, whether it's an older car or a newer car, then if there's information I can give them that I can usually not find on YouTube when I'm researching it, that's the objective here. And when it came to changing out this water pump here, it's not like I gave a whole lot of information, but then again, I didn't want to bore people with stuff that, not have them interested. When it comes to changing the water pump on a V8 or a V6, pretty much boils down to whatever is in its path. For you to actually get at the water pump, obviously you're going to have to remove it. And you make it as comfortable as possible to remove it, so you don't damage anything. And that even means if you got to take the radiator out and then you take it out, so you don't damage it, and then you end up replacing it with your radiator. So this is typical because this came out of an '89 Grand Marquis, like I told you before, the whole setup, that, the transmission. But nevertheless, it's really not that difficult. Drain the fluid out of it. Remove whatever components, whether they're brackets for the alternator or the power steering or the AC, whatever's in the way, take it out of it. And then take the pump out. And if it didn't come with a gasket for some reason, obviously use RV stuff. Whatever it is that you're liking, usually the different colors will indicate to you on the package what it's used for, whether it's high temperature or not. In this case, they really didn't need it, so I didn't apply anything to it, and I'm sure it'll be just fine. But nevertheless, my next video that I make is going to be on changing the power booster, and that's going to be a little more entailed because you got to go under the dash, which if anybody's ever crawled under the dash of any car, it's not fun. It's very tight, and the bigger you are, the harder it is. And I'm not a real big guy, but it is a royal pain in the butt to get in there and loosen up the bolts and take the clips out and hold the pedal and everything just to get that canister, that vacuum boost out of the way and to be able to get the new one back in there. But that's another video. This one is just based on changing the water pump, which it's done. We're going to filter the antifreeze and want nothing getting in there. And obviously it's going to go back into the radiator, and I'll fire it up, make sure there's no leaks. And until then, that's pretty much the way it goes. I will be changing the name, regardless of who knows what the current name is, which it could be RRC, it could be Heavy D's Garage. I don't want to compete with anybody. I said that before in my prior video. And I'll let you all know what the new name of it will be, because I want to stand out from the rest. And there's a lot of people out there that do this kind of work, but I enjoy doing this work. When it comes to certain things, I'm going to give more detail so it helps that individual in getting the job done. But thanks for watching, and if you know anybody that hasn't subscribed yet, I'd appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, make a comment, whatever you like. Give me some hints if you want to on what it takes to do these things comfortably, and we'll go from there. But until then, go get something done.